Hey guys, Cartoonist here, and welcome to day 11 of the 12 Days of Christmas Season 3. Yes, this is the second to last day. I'm getting there, guys. We're getting there. Just got one more day after this, and then it'll be done with, finally. Anyways, today, here we have we're taking the 11 number literally with the Thomas minis, because as you can see I have 11 of the Thomas minis that I will be reviewing of Emily, James, Nia, Thomas, Percy, Gordon, Rebecca, Edward, Henry, Toby and Ashima. Yeah, I've taken the number 11 literally, because 11 of these minis. Anyways, let us dive into today's video, or today's day, I guess you could say. We don't need to go over the appearances of these guys. Of course, we all know where they appeared and everything. They're obviously, common stays to the show. Of course, Ashima was in The Great Race, Nia was in Wobber, or introduced in Wobber, I should say. Rebecca was introduced in season 22. And yeah, I actually really like the Thomas minis. I think they're quite underrated, in my opinion. And I was like, as soon as I got, these guys, all these guys except for Nia, because I've had them for a while now, I was like, I really need to do a video on these, because I could just not let them, go by the wayside on my channel. I was like, I gotta review them. And, since getting Nia, I was like, I was really wanting to get the other guys. And sure enough, a couple years later, I finally have them. So, yeah. Anyways, let us, of course, get into the day, shall we? Starting off with, of course, the man himself. We can get everyone out of the way with, because, we're gonna progress. Of course, starting with, with the main guy himself, Thomas. So, of course, this is pretty cool. I've been wanting to get a Thomas mini for a while. Like, I saw this Here Comes the Steam Team DVD, and I was like, I really want to get that Thomas mini, but I didn't. But thankfully, now, I finally have him. And of course, it ain't the one I've been after, but it is still Thomas, So as you can see here on the side, he is adapting his season 23 look with the rivets and everything. Sorry for the camera going all funky because it's a blue release. You can see he has all the rivets and everything, which is nice, I will admit. He doesn't have the handrails, though, which is okay. Number 1 there, looking pretty blurry, but this is, a mini. You can't really expect it to get that much details. Get the whistle barely showing there, small funnel, small dome. Nice expression. Get the red buffer beam there. Same stuff on this side, nothing on the back. Of course, he doesn't have his red lining, which kind of makes sense. There is the base. So his date code is S31D. This was made the 31st week of 2023. 3. Sorry, my bad. Which is kind of interesting how he was made that, because these are his season 23 details. Also, I don't know what that looks like. Quality control got the better of Thomas, and he got like a little scratch on his side there. We can focus in here. Yeah, the camera doesn't want to focus in on that because he's a blue release, and the camera doesn't like blue releases, apparently. Yeah, that is pretty much it for Thomas. Very nice release. Yeah, you can see there. Boom. Anyways, that is pretty much it for Thomas. We'll set him off to the back side here. And moving on to, of course, in numerical order, Edward. So, of course, here he is, looking cool. The tenders, my only real gripe is the fact that the tenders are, like, conjoined into the mini's sculpt. But other than that, still a nice release. It's got a nice expression, of course. Currently voiced by, of course, Keith Wickham. Of course, Keith Wickham does a lot of characters in this show. I'll get to that, though. for sure. And of course, you have the coal in there, which I forgot to point out with Thomas. You have the whistle there. I really do like a Season 8 theme, by the way. All the characters in Season 8 themes, like the main 8, before Nia and Rebecca came along. And of course, you have the character's name there on the bottom as well, which is something I do appreciate. These are light, though, which, I don't really mind. You can't really expect them to get everything right. Red stripes, of course. We've all seen Edward many times, and of course Thomas as well. So we don't need to go over every detail, because, that would kind of be, a little ludicrous of me. Anyways, here is Henry, and the camera is a little bit better now because it's not, a release here. Of course, Henry has gone on quite a bit of a rocky journey, as we all know, across the show's run, becoming into a bit of a scare with until Season 20 when they fixed that. And that's one of the reasons why Season 20 is the best CGI season, because of that. Oh god, the camera's coming funky again. Of course, we've all seen Henry's details many, many times before, so of course I'm not going to go into, every single detail with that, but you guys should know what he looks like. If we can focus in here, this camera's starting to get, this is, there we go, we got it working, anyways. Number 3 there, of course, on the side. Of course, S15. 15th week of 2023. There says Henry there. I'm kind of surprised Henry and Edward, or Toby for that matter, didn't get, updated details. Because you would think that, if they upgraded the other 5, like, why didn't they update those? I'll get the tell sometimes. They're just a questionable company in their own right with Thomas. I just don't trust them with Thomas anymore. For obvious reasons. Cough, cough. All engines go. Anyways, here is Gordon. I'm kind of surprised the Gordon I have is not the one without the rivets. Because, he did have the rivets. The only 2 I have are Thomas and Percy. And we'll, get to Percy in a moment here. Because we need to get to James, of course. So, of course, the Kenda is, conjoined because it's a mini, but other than that, it's still a nice mini nonetheless, and the camera's going all funky again because it's blue. Anyway, there is the back. S15 again. Face is a little bit off on mine, but I can just let it slide with that. I do like the expression of Golden there, looking off to the side there. Looking nice. I do wish we kind of got the express coaches. Kind of strange that Take and Play didn't make express coaches, but anyways, we're not gonna let that slide now. And now here's James. I'm sorry I had to say that, but I do really like James. I wonder, did Mattel release a mini of the Black James from The Adventure Begins? Because if they did, that would actually be pretty cool. I might get that. I do have a variation of James, though, in my collection. That's the Dino James, which I did an unboxing of nearly 2 years ago, but anyway, not really much to say about James or any of these guys, because, we've always seen them many times before. It'll be interesting to get to, Nia and Ashima, because, they have, quite a few details. Black wheels, of course. S31 for James. Number 5 on the side there. Again, he's not the rivets version. Excuse me. Anyways, that's pretty much it for James. I've yet to listen to James' Really Splendid Engine, by the way, as of this recording, but hopefully I'll listen to it in the future, because I've heard it's a really good song. Anyways, here is Percy. Now this is the rivets version of him, which are nice details, don't get me wrong. It's got a nice expression, looking off to the side there. Number 6, of course. Bunch of rivets, of course. The domes, of course. We've seen Percy many times, so there's no really point to go over his details. Got the coal. There is the base. S which was that. I can get a good lining on it. S15. Interesting. Moving on now to Toby, who's probably the heaviest out of all these guys, if I'm honest. Interesting that he's the heaviest. There's a lot of details on Toby, though. He's got okay expression. Now, I don't know what's going on with that. If that's supposed to be his light, I don't know what the hell Mattel was on with that. Because that does not look like a lamp whatsoever. God forbid. And of course, he's got all the wood details and everything. You know, Toby's one of the more detailed characters, I think, in the series. So you got all the wood details and everything. Number 7, with the handrails, of course, for his cab. Nothing on the back. Oh, imagine if they made... Oh, have they made a video of Henrietta? I don't even have any sort of Henrietta in my collection. I want to, though, because I have Annie and Clarabelle, but I don't have Henrietta. I do want to try and get the take-along version of Henrietta if possible. You got that, which is supposed to be the bell, you know, that Toby would, you know, have. If they made a mini of Annie and Clarabelle or Henrietta, let me know. Because I think they have made a lot of the minis of all the characters, maybe except for, like, you know, like Oliver and Toad. Anyways, now moving on to Emily, another interesting character. From here on out, it's all females, by the way. Now, Emily's another interesting one. I do like the expression on her. Looks nice, brown buffer beam. Now, it's interesting that the variant of Emily that I have is not the variation of her where she has the number 12, because as we all know, in season 24, in the episode Emily to the Rescue, she received her 24, which was definitely deserved, I will admit. She deserved her number 24 on the side. Oh, 12, sorry, my bad, not 24. What the hell am I talking about? 12 on the sides there. I might go into a full review of, like, you know, Blubber one day. I'm planning to, by the way. But we'll talk more about that in a future episode or video. S15. Not much to say. You got, like, all the details and everything for Emily, the stripes, everything. Well, she don't have the 12. Strange. Anyways, now moving on to the interesting ones. Moving on now to Ashima from, of course, The Great Race. If the camera can focus in here on her. Come on. Come on, camera. Ashima's one of my favorite characters. Come on. Come on. There we go. Now, Ashima unfortunately has one inaccuracy, which you guys can probably tell. It is in the wheel. They are supposed to be dark blue like they are in the show. So that is unfortunately an inaccuracy that, you know, that kind of slipped under the radar. But regardless, Ashima, though, is a very nice mini. One of my favorite characters in the show, as you guys probably already know. You have details on the windows and stuff like that, on the sides. Don't need to go into a lot of detail on Ashima. You can barely see her headlamp there on the top, but it is there. S15 again. Nothing on the back. You have a coal. You have events on the side as well, which is nice. Moving on now to Nia, the only mini in this collection that I've had since 2018, I was saying. No, 2019, actually. It was either 2019 or 2020. This camera can freaking focus! Ah! There we go, we got it focusing. Oh, anyway, yeah. So Nia I got a long while ago. Well, I don't know what year I got her in, but still though. Very nice mini as well. Nia's again one of my favorite characters. You can see here, Nia on the side, you have the 18, you have all the details and everything. It's interesting though, because in the trailer for Blubber, you know, she had a completely different look. And the lighting was a lot more like, you know, season 21's lighting a little bit. Which was probably the reason why, you know, probably they decided to cut like season 21 short, if you guys remember. So you can see there, L42. So yeah, that is crazy. That is indicated that I've had Nia for a while. So yeah, like before I got everyone else. And of course, you can't have one without the other. As the last mini we'll be taking a look at today is Miss Rebecca here. So of course, she is the most recent of these guys in the collection. So you got a nice expression there, red buffer bean. With the rivets and everything, Rebecca logo there on the side. With the details, everything on the bottom, on the thing there. 22. With the stripes on the bottom there. Of course, Rebecca, as we all know, was supposed to be in season 21. Which would have been interesting, I think. But I'm okay with her being in season 23. Oh, 22. Despite her introduction, like, the only nitpick I have for Rebecca is that she was introduced out of nowhere, and she didn't really have a proper build-up. Well, at least we got to know more of her character then, but I don't know, Confusion Without Delay was kind of a whiplash, I will admit. If we can find it, there we go. That's the one. And that concludes today's day of Christmas. I know, this was kind of a whiplash too, but honestly, I really am, happy with all the minis that I have in the collection. So anyways, thank you guys so very much for watching today's day of Christmas. Let me know out of these guys which one is your favorite, and same thing with the other guys, because I have some other classic minis that I have in my disposal. So let's get the camera in there. So of course we have Porter, Millie, Luke, Charlie, yes, I know, and Salty. So yeah, we've got a pretty cool roster of characters. Actually, we'll put Salty here, why not? It'll just be right there. But anyways, thank you guys again for watching. I will see you all tomorrow for the finale of the 12 Days of Christmas. With some pretty cool releases. See you guys all then. Bye, guys.